Thanks for tuning in to part 2. It was after most of our classes that I felt an urge to teach my students about these topics. I thought blogging would be a great way to engage my students. They always have trouble getting their assignments in on paper, and maybe because they could integrate pictures and memes, it would appeal to their interests. I decided I would take my auto students and make their learning more relevant to them through blogging. We would have 3 sections on their blog: coursework for regular assignments, shop market employability to track their progress and what they did in the shop, and a portfolio for future employers to see the work they did in my shop. Now that I had time to work with my students, I have learned the following things from my major project. 1, I had varying levels of student engagement. My students bought into the blogs as much as they thought it was cool. I had some students who totally bought in. They liked the process, added pictures no problem, and one even mentioned starting their own blog. Some of my students only bought in at the beginning. Once they realized their friends were not into blogging, they gave up and asked to do their assignments regularly on Google Docs. And then some students never bought in. It was weeks of zeros until I gave in and asked them to do their assignments on Google Docs. I also found that my students enjoyed blogging when the topic related to their interests in auto more. I had more success with blogging topics like what are your auto interests and the article review than when the topic was just digital citizenship alone. It's important that I remember to integrate the two so that my students have more success. There are also so many relevant resources. My new favorite website is MediaSmart because it provides real articles that are new and relevant, which I said helps my students. Alec also gave us good resources like GIF Chrome, Extension, DF YouTube, and Grammarly, Keep Vid Site, Mercury Reader. The list goes on and on. But what I found is that deep down, students want to be taught about digital citizenship and media literacies. They find it important and see it as relevant to any age group. My students liked the idea of the portfolio the most because it was the most relevant to their future. They think it would be a good idea to show future employers what they are able to do in the shop, and they were actually excited about the assignment. The last thing I learned from my students is that it was nice to have one consistent place for students to document their employability. It helped my teaching partner who does not like technology because he had one spot to go to mark. The students could also discuss with me where they could improve because we could go back and reference their employability versus them losing their sheets. I feel like I only reached the tip of the iceberg when it came to my major project. I have so much more work to do this semester with my students. I feel like the topics I learned in this class will help me in my future teaching all classes. I want to thank everybody this semester who contributed to my learning about digital citizenship and media literacies. Those are just some of the few things I learned this semester, and I look forward to learning more from Alec in future semesters. Thanks everyone. Have a great summer.